Each week we listen to an album, here's a remind. Just know it's gonna take about 3 hours of your time to hear us complain or praise each other's taste. But no matter what, at the end of the day, we're just best friends who love different music. We are earbuds, earbuds, earbuds. This is Earbuds.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Earbuds. If you're watching this on YouTube, first of all, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. Tell us everything you're thinking about. We want to know, we really do. Good or bad, good or bad. And if you don't want to watch it on YouTube, but you think that's your only option, no. Find us on all podcast platforms and follow us there. You can download the audio-only episodes and listen to them on your way to freaking work, baby.
Oh my God! This is Earbuds.
Hey, this is Earbuds.
Hey, my name's Landon.
I'm Joey, and this week, as Monty Python would say, now for something completely different.
I've never met your friend Monty, but he sounds like a great fellow. Luckily, this is Earbuds, though, and we're the only best friends that are ever on this show. We've never had another person on this show.
No.
And we never will.
It's a twofer from here into infinity or whatever. So,
typically on the show, I bring an album, we talk about it. You bring an album, we talk about it. We have different tastes in music, but somewhere in the twain we meet.
Yep.
In the inverted butt cheek of our Venn diagrams of interests.
Oh, you didn't have to do it to him that hard so soon in the podcast.
But this is a little something different, like you said, and your friend Monty said.
Yes.
And what are we doing now?
Well, today, I think the first episode, was it?
Well,
Was Dookie?
In a manner of speaking, no. It was like the third episode.
Okay. So early on in the
on.
podcast, we covered to kind of get into everything.
Yeah.
We kind of started with Green Day's Dookie.
Yeah.
It's the 30th anniversary. We said this is an album that falls within those inverted butt cheeks. Throw them up. And we reviewed it. The people loved it. They want more of it. Smash cut to now.
Well, and we should say smash cut to whenever Saviors came out.
We should say Hawk 2 whenever Saviors came out.
Yeah.
We covered that.
We covered Saviors. Everyone loved that. They wanted more of that.
And now Green Day is on the big Saviors tour. Might be winding down now. I don't remember. But they're doing, it's the Saviors tour.
Right.
But they are doing the 30th anniversary of Dookie and the 20th anniversary of American Idiot.
Oh, 20 years?
With a couple more songs thrown in, don't you know? Oh. So we sent our correspondent out on location, Mr. Landon Sheets. We sent him out.
Thank you.
We said, go see one of these shows. We'll put it on the company card. And
for real?
I don't know what I just said. And we'll have him come back after he spent his own money on the show, and we'll see how was it. So this is kind of a review of the show. We're going to go over the set list. We're going to say, hey, have you seen him before? Have you not seen him before? How did this compare? How were the openers? Did you even see him? Where did you sit? Could you even see the show? Oh, how far away were you? Did you eat a big hot dog? So let's get into it. Landon, you went to see Green Day at what place?
The American Family Park, where the Milwaukee Brewers crack the old pine.
Hello.
Great ballpark. I don't think I've ever been to a professional baseball stadium.
Now, I told you this in confidence, but I went there
Right.
for a baseball game.
Right.
We waited about 2 hours and the power didn't work. So they made us all leave. That's the last time I've been there. But it is a great field because the thing opens, the roof, they call that.
It's a very cool, yes.
They have it open for the show.
Yep. Oh! Yep, it was open. Very, very nice stadium.
And set the scene. What date is this?
August
24th.
August 24th in Milwaukee. A beautiful night. It was kind of hot, but a pretty nice night.
Now, I'll say this.
Okay.
The concert, I believe, for most of the shows, there's some differences here and there, but it is the Linda's
Yes.
opening. Then you get Rancid. Then you get Smashing Pumped On. And then you get your Green Day. Did you see any of those?
We caught a couple of songs of Rancid. We caught all of the Pumpkins. However, we were just kind of checking out the ballpark. We were walking around, but that's I kind of like this setup in a way because it's not so huge like a football stadium where you're cut off from the visuals of the show. We were walking around the stadium, seeing Rancid, seeing Pumpkins.
And you could still hear them,
You could still hear them. You could still see them. And we got in a merch line that was as long as anything I've ever been to. And I've been to quite a few shows with quite a few merch lines that are pretty long. And for some reason, I think just the people working it didn't know how to do it well. But it was crazy. And I kept saying, I don't need anything. But I got me a shirt.
Yeah.
But it was one of those two. They had a special city patch, a little patch that you can put on your denim jacket.
Oh.
For each city they were at. And it was up there. And then maybe two people in front of me, I saw it wasn't up there anymore. I was like, no!
All out.
Yeah, all out. So
do you think people are they're going to have a jacket with 10 of those on there? I bet there's people going to a few.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
There's some freaks out there.
The people, the Green Day heads, they travel well, I think.
How was the how full was it before they got up there? Because I'll say, I was gonna go if I wanted to. I wanted to catch every band.
Sure.
I've wanted to see the Linda Lindas for a while. I like Rancid. I think I've maybe seen them once before somewhere. Smashing Pumpkins, I don't feel any type of way about necessarily. Mm-hmm. Seems like a weird lineup to me, and I've seen some photos of when those pumpers are on.
Yeah,
and it looks like a little not everyone is situated yet. There's some some seats empty while they're playing.
Certainly, while all the openers are playing. Do you guys hear that?
Hold on, I got to go take a picture of this.
Yeah, there were some seats open. But once Green Day took the stage, it was
packed.
It was filled in. Mm-hmm. Pretty good. The weird thing about the baseball stadium aspect is you didn't notice it once the sun went down and the lights were all, up and stuff. But there's a net around for foul balls and such. And it's just up the whole time. Up. Yeah. So you're like, well, there's a net in my way. If you're not on the floor. And I didn't want to get floor seats because I think we've talked about it on here. Especially I was with the woman with whom I live. There's always a tall guy that stands right in front of her. Mm-hmm. And me, I'm not a tall man myself.
Well, I've heard you're a short king.
Yeah. So we like to sit up in the sort of better. And it wasn't completely sold out on the floor, but I think by the time the show started, it was. So we got some cheaper seats, but still great seats.
Good night at the ballpark.
You're right next to the old concessions and bathroom. You can go wherever you want to. Now, of course, I didn't do any of that. Mm-hmm. But, it was good time. There was a girl in front of us in the concession line that was waiting, got up to the very front, was one person away from getting something, and her dad came up to her and was like, "You missed the pumpkins. You missed the pumpkins." And she was like, "What?" He was like, "You just wanted to see Blink, didn't you?" And she was like, "It's Green Day." He was like, "You missed the pumpkins." He just couldn't believe that she missed the pumpkins. And then he was like, "Well, here's your jacket. I'm going to go to the bathroom." And he left, and she just shook her head. And I felt bad for her because she was a young girl. And then she got up to finally buy her stuff, and she bought 2 Pumpkins shirts. She didn't even buy Green Day stuff. Probably one for her and one for her dad. God. And I was just like, you should have watched the Pumpkins with the guy, but
get
also
your shirt later.
she's doing it for him.
Right.
Get him a pumpkin shirt.
He's like, go get me a shirt go get us a couple shirts for this band. I'll watch them.
And then I'll be mad
us.
that you missed it. I don't know. It was an odd interaction. A few weird interactions.
Strange.
Yeah. So then we get to our seat. We're about ready for the show. There's a little metalhead next to me. And I'll tell you how I know that in just a second. But he's got the long hair, little mustache, probably in his teens, maybe his girlfriend, I think, or his sister or something. But I think it's his girlfriend.
I'm just a teenage dude, baby.
Yeah, he was wheatusing all over us. They're eating their little snacks, getting ready for the big show. And Green Day starts, and they start with, and we can get into the set list as well, but they start with one of the new songs from Saviors, The American Dream is Killing Me.
And this is at 8:20.
Yeah,
they go on.
pretty much on the
PM.
dot.
They start, you hear Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
That's right.
And then, for some reason, and this is, I'm secondhand saying this, it goes into Blitzkrieg Bop by Ramones.
Yeah.
You're not hearing the full song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we get the intro theme with elements of the Imperial March, Blitzkrieg Bop, We Will Rock You, and I Love Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
So you're getting a big intro for Green Day. The 3 pipsqueaks.
Well,
4.
Well, and with their live show, they bring a couple extra guys.
Yeah. Guys on the piano hidden back there.
Yeah. No, what I love about Green Day, they always bring them out for a little, even the little backup guys, they give them a moment and they say, Jason, freeze! And everyone's like, not my Green Day. But fine, I'll clap. And Brian Stinkbomb on the guitar. But, you've seen Green Day?
A couple times.
Yeah. They always, as far as I remember, they always do that. They do Bohemian Rhapsody and then Blitzkrieg
While
Bop.
the set list may
while the Punk
change,
Bunny comes out and does his thing.
They got their they do their little thing.
Yeah.
They come out, they put a dress on,
Well, and I think I've heard Billy Joe or one of them say, like, they do Bohemian Rhapsody and Blitzkrieg Bop before because everyone wants to sing along to those songs. So it primes the audience to get them a little pumped for the live show.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I hate that stuff. The last time I saw them, they played Bohemian Rhapsody last time I saw them, like 6 years ago. So I remember it, and everyone sang along, and they're just yelling around you because they all know the lyrics. They're like, or no, it was Bohemian Rhapsody. And they're like, and you're just like,
never heard Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, I mean, I
just play your. I want to see you. I don't need everyone around me going, I know Queen. I'm like pissed off.
Yeah. Well, so the little guy next to me, for Bohemian Rhapsody, I don't think he knows many of the lyrics. I don't know all of them either, but it's kind of, you're kind of in the moment.
Singing along.
Oh, Mamma Mia, let me go.
He's never heard it either.
But then Blitzkrieg Bach happens.
Yep. Oh, and this guy.
Suddenly Metalhead comes alive. But here's where I know I might be in for a long night. He starts doing a metal scream for it. I think to impress his girl.
Right.
But then there's like a little kid and his mom in front of him. The kid, when he's like,
but like loud.
And the little kid turns around and is just like he can't believe someone just did that, which is fine, whatever. But then that emboldens,
right? That's there's a
Cannibal Corpse over here to go. So then Green Day does come out. Yes, the Imperial March they have kind of a cool intro, whatever, like all bands. They come out. And I think we said in our review of Saviors, maybe not our favorite Green Day song ever,
No.
But when it's a good little opener, by God, it's a good one to sing along to, which I think we also said, like, sometimes it's not a great album song, but when you're live, you're like, yeah, I'll yell along to
Right.
The American Dream is killing me. Oi, 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 oi. But sure enough, this guy's going, what's it? Yeah. Yeah. I was like, can you really sustain this the whole time?
For 2.5 hours?
I thought, okay, he's doing it for fun. Then he pulls his phone out. He's doing it on Snapchat, where he would be like, welcome to paradise, into his phone, and then showing, like, and then he would do, like in Ace Ventura when he's talking to the guy and he's doing the headbanging.
At the Cannibal Corpse show?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. He started doing that. If he didn't know the song, like the song that was playing, he would start doing that. And like his hair was getting on me and stuff, which is fine. I don't care. It's just it's Green Day. It's not impressive to anyone here because no one likes that here.
Right.
We like little pop music.
Or if you do,
it's
that's not what you're there for.
No, you can just
I don't
sing
want
along.
that over. I want the Green Day song. I don't want
Yeah.
your cover of the Green Day song.
It was just odd. But what I think ultimately it made me just kind of laugh because he is just a kid trying to impress his girl.
Was it loud? I mean, was the show like loud enough that it wasn't? Because
Yeah,
I've been to shows where someone's doing something like that and it's like ruining the show for me because it's so distracting.
It was pretty distracting, but he did run out of steam pretty quick.
Hell yeah.
By like halfway through Dookie, he was pretty much done.
That's awesome.
But then he would be like air guitaring, which I think is fine. It was funny. And then he would do his hair. But that's what's funny is like the sort of aesthetics. I guess this is just why I find all of the metal stuff kind of funny.
Right.
Because it is the aesthetics of like, I don't care, man. I just want to rock and hear someone scream and all that shit. And then he's doing that, but then every time he flips his hair up and like fluffs it out to make sure it's nice when he's just standing there. It's just funny because at the end of the day, that's all it is for everyone. Mm-hmm. It's the aesthetic of doing the thing.
Well, I'll say
Piss
this.
me off.
Metal guys are all little dorks.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a show I went to recently. The opening band came out on stage. It was all dark. This was one of the main band that played, truly one of the scariest, like everything that happened. The room was filled with so much fog. They had live candles on stage. Uh-huh. Maybe I believe I told you about this. Couldn't see anything for like over an hour. Uh-huh. The band that opened for them came out. They had like chainmail on and stuff. Yeah. And then we were it's like the back of a bar.
Right.
So then after they played, then they're like, thank you. And then they come off, ching, but they have to take their gear off because it's a local band.
Yeah, yeah.
And the guy comes out into the lobby. He's shorter than me, and he's like, oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
He's got like his face is painted white, and like, oh, hi. And someone's like talking to him, and he has chainmail, and you're just like, they're all just kind of nerds.
Yeah.
It's just funny,
which is fine. That's what by the end of it, I just said, it's funny. It's just funny. That's what, everyone's doing their own thing.
Right.
But it was a little annoying at first because
Green Day brings out a lot of, like the shows I've gone to, they're so popular.
Yeah, lots of different
hitting
people.
Every kind of variation of person, as I call them.
Yeah. Well, so the other annoying thing that was happening during the show is I think like old friends from high school were all getting together and haven't seen each other for a while behind us. And like obviously Dookie fans and didn't really know much of the other stuff.
Right.
So they played through Dookie and not even all of Dookie, just like the main hits. Welcome to Paradise.
The big four. Or something. Yeah.
Basket Case, When I Come Around, going nuts for those, which is great. But then, you get to Sassafras Roots, or you get to Into American Idiot. They were fully just having like a business meeting, to the point where like two guys were literally just not even looking at the show and just standing next to each other talking. To the point where one of their wives was like, "Hey, we're at a concert." She literally said that. And I was like, "Thank you."
I'm glad. I hate to be that person, but when people behind you are just yell talking,
It's so crazy. Like, and it wasn't as expensive as like Blink-182 or Taylor Swift or something, where it's like it's prohibitively expensive to be here. Why are you talking? But it's still $100 per ticket, and you're just standing here talking. Just leave, or like if you're not enjoying it.
I don't get it, because it's like you can't even hear each other.
Yeah, it's not the time to talk. Anyway, that all being said, I had a great time. It just reminded me how much I love these three little guys.
So they start out with The American Dream Is Killing Me.
Yep.
Then it appears to me they went right into full Dookie, I believe, album order.
Yep, they go through it.
FOD. And then there's a little note here I got to ask you about here.
Okay.
So FOD with with Jack and Diane, whatever.
Yeah.
And then All By Myself, orchestral version.
No, that's right. Well, and might I say, because it's like they play for 2 hours and 40 minutes or something. They are burning through these songs, playing them faster than I've ever heard them, but not in like a way that's like, oh, they don't even want to.
They don't care.
Yeah. No, they're trying to pack it in. I mean, I think they do that anyway. They play songs faster live than on the album. Because I don't even know if they use like tracks. I
don't think so.
I don't think they do. But it would be interesting to find out, because I feel like their tempos almost vary sometimes, because it's all up to Trey. And he's a variable.
Do you think they have sort of this? I was listening to a guy that was drumming for Springsteen, and they said it was all
Max Weinberg, famous.
It was actually Max Weinberg's son.
Oh.
So he was nepoed in.
Mini Weinberg.
But he said, when I filled in for my dad, he's like, it's all up to Bruce's tempo.
Oh.
And so he had a variable tempo thing where Bruce is playing, and as he's drumming, he would set the tempo for everyone. And then if he changed, he would have to change tempo. So they were on a click track, but it was to whatever Bruce was doing.
Yeah.
And he wasn't on a track.
Interesting.
And that sounds, I mean, I don't know. That's, to me, sounds undoable.
Yeah.
And he's also playing a 3-hour set.
Right.
But I can see them. They've got enough guys on stage, too, where it's not like they don't have much going on outside of the music where they need some sort of track behind them of
like it's
this isn't on, like every song has strings or something.
Right. It's not like Fall Out Boy we've talked about, or something where it's like, well, there's no orchestra here.
Right.
So, I mean, but then again, that the size, and there were, with the venue, you do get some echo. I couldn't hear it until like maybe the beginning of Basket Case, or songs where there's less going on, where you can kind of start hearing the ricochet off of the giant.
But they probably have in-ears, right?
Yeah,
because you can't play that way.
They do, but I just imagine maybe they have what old Mini Weinberg has, where he can set a click track based on
a third foot. I don't really even understand what that means.
That's
but
interesting.
It sounds difficult.
He's the boss.
Booze.
So anyway, what? Their
orchestral version of All By Myself.
Yes, they finish FOD. Everyone walks off stage. There's a little visual element of a conductor walking out, like on the big screens, a pre-taped thing where they tap on the little thing and start. So it's like an orchestral version of All By Myself. He puts his little robe on and jumps down and is kind of prancing around the stage, singing the song. A highlight of the show. It's just fun.
it's just, it's fascinating that they're 50. Like, you did that when you were 20 as a joke, and literal like arenas of people are now expecting you to do that every night.
Yeah. Funny. I know it did. I don't usually really think about stuff like this, but I guess now that I am getting older too, I was thinking like, especially during Dookie, like these songs that they wrote when they're 20 or something that are, I mean, they're cool. Like some of them are more enlightened than others, but like Longview
It's about jacking off.
yeah, and an entire stadium, a whole tour of like 70,000 people every night. Just crazy. Like you think about something you did when you were 19.
Even just listening I was listening to Dookie. I put the record on and it's playing on the record player, and I was doing Legos or something. So maybe not, but that came on, and then my girlfriend was like, what is this song about? And I was like,
Yeah.
Jay. And then I'm thinking about, okay, yeah, I'm like you are, it's just on this album made for like teens when they were teens.
Yeah.
But it resonates, doesn't it? Or you just don't know what it's about, really.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't when I first heard it.
no. Well, I mean, it's about just being bored.
Right. And you go,
And part of that
going
is
blind,
jerking off.
Yeah. So,
But it was, but it's
I
kind
think
of cool.
that might be why they play. I mean, not that specifically, but I think just they are 30-year-old songs. They are fast punk songs.
Yeah.
How long have they playing these songs, and like they have to do it every night? Don't you think they get a little bored? Where it's like, let's.
They never phone it in though.
They
just
don't, but I just feel
just
like it
don't.
helps get through it quicker
Yeah.
for them too. Not in that they don't like them, but it's like
Yeah.
they're trying to pack a lot in. Here's this album,
Yeah.
but they don't need to take.
The crappy thing to me, it was just in my section anyway. It seemed like everyone was on board for Dookie, and then they play a few songs in between we can talk about. But then once American Idiot rolls around, after Boulevard of Broken Dreams, everyone was done. Like these guys are talking business, and like the guy next to me is sitting down.
Okay, so before that, just
Yeah.
really quick, we go from All By Myself. They throw a couple. They go to Know Your Enemy.
Yeah.
With a fan named Quinn.
Now this was a special little moment.
Expand on this, because they seem to do this every show.
Every show they bring a fan up for Know Your Enemy, the little bridge part. And there was a little tiny, probably 4 or 5 year old girl up front. And her parents are like, and he was like,
Queen wants to sing with you.
he was like, do you know the lyrics? Are you sure you know the lyrics? You really do? All right. And they brought her up, and she, in the moment, I was like, she really does. And then they posted the video on Instagram later, and I was like, she kind of did. But it was still cute because he's, helping her. She got the part of whatever, give me revolution. And then the crowd goes wild.
And like, in the moment.
I mean, I wouldn't remember the lyrics.
Right.
So a little kid, give her some grace for
But
the
it
love of
sounds
God.
good live when you're like watching a video where you're kind of hearing it a little more isolated. And you're like, okay, well.
Yeah. But it was great. Great fun. He loved it. He started a chant. Quinn, Quinn, Quinn. Everyone loved that. He was like, hey, everybody, say hi to Quinn. Everyone's cheered. And then he put the mic to her, and she was like, hi. It was just funny. Just cute. And, that was great. Then they finished that song.
Look Ma, No Brains, One-Eyed Bastard.
Yes.
So we're getting
Get
Dilemma.
some Saviors
This
tracks.
is the Saviors tour.
Yeah. We got a few
So
of
you get
those.
3 of those.
So this was great. It was a Look Ma, No Brains, I think, is an all-timer, as I think we
I
said.
think that would
on
be
our
a great live song.
perfection. Little guy next to me perked right up again.
Look, Ma, I got no brains.
Then what was then they went into
One-eyed beatard.
Yes, which, as you know, is the sort of pirate song on the album, and we talked about on our review.
We do need to. We're gonna have to talk about this again because well, not right now, but
I think I even said maybe I would cut it from the album, but I take that all back, especially live. Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom.
nothing in me thinks pirate song.
It's
But
just
I just
the,
went to a show the other couple days ago, and one of the bands I went to see had a song that's it's like a Green Day, Blink sort of, and it's got that chugging, and I was like, I was like loving it. I was like, this is the thing Landon would like.
well, okay.
I was listening to the holiday demo they put out. Like it's one of their best songs. I'm not even a pirate.
It's not literally a pirate song. It's
I
just
know
the
what you mean.
Dunga kaka
just
dunga kaka
sick of
dunga
it.
kaka dunga kaka dunga kaka. But great live. I changed my mind on everything. I love that song. And it's one of those that's you're just mad. You want revenge on someone. It's fun, it's funny, good for a live show. And Dilemma, I think, also is kind of up there on that album especially, but it's kind of a great song. And that was great live. Great to sing along to. Good stuff.
Minority. So that's kind of it
Oh yes, yeah.
for now for the new stuff.
Yep.
Minority, Brain Stew, just because they gotta.
You got to play a couple other
Play those.
classics.
Great.
Minority, also kind of a pirate song.
Yeah, a lot of their songs.
Never been one of my favorites either, but it's
Maybe
always
not the one I'd pull from that album
yeah.
to play.
But it's the one they always play.
Yeah, but that's the problem,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah. But that's why this tour is good, and why I skipped the last couple, like Hella Mega Tour and stuff. Where like I know what you're gonna be playing, and I love them. I love the songs, but that's why this one was exciting to me, and I had to go because we're getting some deep cuts. We're getting some new live stuff.
some stuff you haven't heard before.
Yep.
Brain Stew, we've heard, great.
Yep.
Still good. Then
They do a new, well, not a new thing. In Brain Stew, Mike will go, "Hi." I'm like, dun, 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 you know?
yeah,
But now at the end of the song when it's, really rocking,
yeah.
he does it, but I don't know if he's just doing it this way now or his voice was going out or something. But the camera would do a crash zoom into his face, and he went, "Hey! Hey! It was so crazy. I was just laughing my little butt
He's
off.
probably doing it on purpose, right?
Probably.
He's a little weirdo.
Yeah.
He's having fun. They've done how many of these shows this tour?
And he always, some of the stuff you're like, I love it. He does it every time, but I love it. When he says, "Clock is laughing in my face," Mike always goes, not into his mic, but close enough you can kind of hear it.
And he doesn't have to, do you, Mike?
Nope.
But you do it for us.
And we thank you.
American Idiot.
Yep.
Did he say anything before? Does he go, "It's 20 fucking years"?
Yeah. He did say that because then my wife was like, "It's been 20 years," because she didn't realize that
know, yeah.
until he dropped that bomb on her.
It's crazy to me. There was less time
I know.
between Dookie to American Idiot than to now.
Yeah. It makes you feel like an old.
It's just like, oh yeah, we
Pause.
are just racing towards the grave.
Yeah.
Soon it will be 30, then 40. I'll remember the 50th. My dad said to me yesterday, he's like, "I remember when I started working," and I was like, "I have to work for how long? How many years I have to have a job?" And he goes, "And then it's just over." And I went, "Okay, well."
Happy Labor Day.
So it just makes me think of that.
Yeah.
And it has been 20 years of a pivotal I thought it was a pivotal album, maybe
Well,
for me
this-
at least.
This is what was kind of shocking to me.
But everyone around you doesn't give a.
Well, that's what I think. It was mostly just these guys behind me that
I mean,
really
if people are paying the big bucks up front,
they all seem to be having the time of their life. No joke.
the joke, folks.
But like I said, the big songs they were into, the songs everyone knows. But
American Idiot. I mean, Jesus of Suburbia is second, and that's what, like 9 minutes?
yeah, and it's awesome.
I love that.
It's great every time. Then Holiday, of course. They still do the thing where he brings out his little spotlight. Turn off the lights, but
Turn off the lights.
there are still like
Lights everywhere.
because of the concession stands and stuff that are inside. So it doesn't work quite as well as it did the first time I saw it on the American Idiot tour all those many years ago when they came to our humble little town.
Now, I did not see them on that tour.
Oh,
It was life-changing. I'd never one of the certainly the bigger shows, first big shows I've ever seen. And when he said, turn out the lights, and the whole stadium is pitch black, and he's got a little spotlight looking around for you.
He's been doing that for 20 years.
Yeah. The representative of Milwaukee now has the floor.
The representative of Quad City now has the floor.
Oh, and of course, he did during American Idiot say, I'm not a part of a MAGA agenda.
Yes, which leads us to Holiday. Does he do Mr.
He says it all.
Drumfer?
What?
Does he hold up the little head?
No, he didn't.
Oh, man.
They probably said too far.
Because he has been.
Yeah, he didn't. No,
Not
I
part
mean,
of
I
the
don't think
MAGA
he cares.
agenda. He loves that. He talks about Mr. Mine Trump.
Mm.
So he's still doing that, which is too bad that the last time I saw them was whatever, 6-7 years ago, and he still has to be doing that.
Yeah. You
But I'm
kinda
sure
wish.
he loves it. I wish
Well,
it was Bush again.
Probably not. I don't think anyone
No,
loves
I
it.
think he loves it. Boulevard.
Well,
No, you got something else?
no.
Boulevard.
Now in my old age, if I ever throw on American Idiot, I kind of am like, that song I think was played on the radio and stuff even more than American Idiot. It's so
Yeah, it was to me that's like the main
Yeah.
single, which is weird.
yeah.
I skip it.
Yeah, I skip it. But so it was good to hear it again. So I was like, yeah, this is a good song. It's just it was so
yeah.
overplayed, but great.
They have played it every show. I did listen to it again recently, which we'll talk about it maybe later, but because they put out that new demo of both of them, and I was like, they sound exactly the same. But I listened to the album version and then that one to get, and I was like, it is great.
Yeah.
And like the way they go into each other. Then we go, Are We the Waiting? I don't know if I've ever seen that live. I do not remember.
It's awesome.
St. Jimmy.
Awesome.
This is the one I wanted to see live if I went to this was Give Me Novocaine, because I
Awesome.
love the chorus of that song.
Such a great
One
song.
of their, to me, best songs.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah. There's a few on this album.
This whole album is
that
great.
are the best. Yeah.
She's a Rebel. That also has a great chorus.
Yeah.
God dang. Is it too late for me to go? Extraordinary Girl.
Which the only breaks that they really had were Trey doing All By Myself. The other guys got a break. He had to go dance around and stuff though, so he didn't really get a break. And then Extraordinary Girl, they had the
right.
they played that, the little African
Yeah.
like syncopated bongo drums or whatever the hell. So that was like their water break, I guess. Great song too.
Yeah. She's all alone again. Turn off the lights.
Great song. Now imagine that's happening, and two guys behind you are like, well, I just said I'll pay double, but it's actually because it's bulk, it's cheaper that way. So if I pay double now, it's actually a better investment for the future.
And you're crying.
I'm just like, can I hear my favorite band play my favorite album?
Two different realities happening in one place.
I can't even imagine being that loud anywhere.
I mean, sometimes that is, when you get closer, I feel like you're getting towards people that are more invested.
I know. I really should have.
There was one seat, and I wish I would have taken it.
Yeah.
It was right behind the pit, because when I realized how long I'd be standing, I go, maybe not by myself.
Yeah.
Two
Not by
seats back,
myself.
right on the edge, was a seat with fees. It was $120. I left it for a couple hours, refreshed it, and it was gone. And that was sort of my, I'm not going then.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do get that where you're just like, you paid that. Like, I know what I paid to be up here.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Even that far back, it's like,
And it wasn't really that far back, but
you had good seats, right?
Yeah.
I'm just asking. Letterbomb.
This is probably my all-time favorite Green Day song.
Let's hear a little of that.
And it's Billy Joe's, according to him. They should have recorded it on a better microphone.
So that's Letterbox.
Letterbox. Yeah. They should do a new song called Letterboxd.
Yeah. He's like, where have all the reviews of Saltburn gone?
You think you're funny, but I don't get any criticism.
I love Letterbomb as well.
Just when that... And when the...
This album is just so epic.
It really is.
It makes you think of, it's like, what are these songs even about? Turn the lights back on.
And this, sort of during the bridge, one moment earlier, he was like, hey, guys, let's put our phones away just for a while. It was kind of fun. It's like, people will believe that you were here. He said that. I said, that's awesome. But then during Letterbomb, he was like, he did his little talk finally to the audience, like, everything's fucked up. All this, you know. But we're here together, man. Isn't that beautiful, man? This isn't a... And he said this probably at every show ever. And anytime they're on an award show or anything, this isn't a party. It's a fucking celebration. Everyone's like, well, that's kind of the same thing. But you cheer because he says it with such conviction.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, it is.
That's one of those things with a band, because they're just getting the, like, you know, they're in on all the business side of it. So they're just kind of like, all right, yeah, you can say that. And then people cheer. So, like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to say what out there? Like, they're friends with him. So, like, what?
He's been saying it so long at this point.
I know. But he's also like, we're going to do a Keurig that's got American Idiot lyrics all over it.
You know the Jesus of Suburbia, the Saint Jimmy and the flaming up. Your father's rage and your mother's love. But when that, so then he's finally like, all right, when I sing this next part, everyone go crazy or whatever, you know, his usual thing. But everyone cuts out. And he's like, where are all the body and the marriage kills itself? But just a cappella. And where do we all go when it's too late? And you get goosebumps when it happens. That's just the power of live music,
I
my
love
matey.
these guys. Then Wake Me Up When September Ends.
Yes. But it's kind of a single, front-loaded singles album to the radio listening audience. So I think that's what the problem was.
Give me the B-side any day, brother. That's where all the dark stuff is. That's
Absolutely.
where it gets crazy.
Absolutely.
But do people wake up for this one? This was on the radio.
Yeah,
but
that's what I think. This got people perked up a little more. The jabronis behind me, but then
because it's what everyone learned to play drums to.
but then we get Homecoming, which
Yeah.
I've never seen live. I don't think they played that on the American Idiot tour back then. I don't think I've seen it live
Well, it's
in
another
person.
Longo, so you can't do
Yeah.
Jesus of Suburbia and Homecoming typically.
That was awesome.
And then what? It was
Just-
awesome.
It was awesome and because Mike gets to sing and Trey gets to sing, everyone gets to sing on that one. Jimmy died today. He blew his brains out.
Jimmy died today, and you're just like, what?
He blew his
When I'm like
brains
10,
out.
I'm like, I just met him because I'm like,
I was like
thinking I should know more
4
about
songs
this
ago.
guy.
He blew his brains out into the bay. In a state of mind, it's my own private suicide.
That nobody cares. That nobody cares.
It's just a great song too.
Here's a song that I've grown to love more and more as time goes on. But what's her name?
Great song.
I love that it builds. When I was younger, I was kind of like, it's kind of slow and whatever. But as you start to go, oh yeah, I have people in my life like that.
Yeah.
And you're just thinking about all that stuff. We got to review this album sometime. But you think about them in that way.
Yeah.
And calling it What's Her Name and having that be like, now I wonder how What's Her Name has been. And it's kind of a funny way to spell it. Like,
Yeah.
it's
What's
so
her name?
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
And you just can relate to it more. And I'm like, this is a really great closing song for the album.
It is, because it has the feel of a denouement.
Did
but,
they?
But then it still rocks.
Right.
Like,
It builds to the end.
remember
Yeah.
what I buy.
Remember forever ago. Go. Hey, did they wear red ties for this?
Hey, man, no, they didn't, man.
No,
but I
no.
did see about 6 little boys walking around with their
Okay.
little red outfits.
Say less.
Their red tie and their little Billy Joe hair sticking up.
Well, when we get that big box set, we'll split one down the middle. Now, encore. Did they leave after this? Did they give you some time to go, one more?
They
Or
kind
did
of
he say, we have a heart out?
they walked off pretty quickly, but pretty quickly he walked back on with a guitar and went zing-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. He was like, I'm not done with you yet. And everyone went,
And everyone starts to go, another. And he goes, Bobby Socks.
he says, I'm not done with you yet. This is another new one. And I was excited because there's a lot of songs on that album that I'm excited to hear on that new album. And I was hoping, because I haven't actually watched the video yet, but they made a video for Corvette Summer, which is a ridiculously good song.
Yeah, I saw that too, but I didn't watch the video yet.
So I was like, oh, maybe they'll play it. Because that's a song you want to hear a lot. Get around, I can get around. Bo-bo-boom, bo-bo-bo-bo-bo. Here we go now. But what a great live song
Yeah.
to just sing to. Anyone, like, even if you don't know it,
Yeah, you can pick up on.
you're one of the fake fans. You can sing along to that.
Yeah, you guys can sing to this one.
But then one of my least favorite songs on the new album. It's a good album track. It's just
This came on like in the car or something, and then I had to be embarrassed.
do you wanna be my boyfriend? I'll walk to the cemetery holding your hand.
Do you think there are people in the audience that still don't get them, and they're like, "What? Boo!
Probably.
Woke!"
Not
The mind
I mean,
virus got to him.
yeah.
The guy behind you. That's selling stocks.
Let's just say the guy by me didn't cheer when he said I'm not a part of a MAGA agenda. That might have been what turned him off.
I'm done now.
I thought they were cool.
I'll stay because I paid for a $15 Stella Artois.
I got the Coors Banquet in the gold can, the big one.
Bobby Sox. So he does that by himself.
No.
Oh, the band comes out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he kind of does a little, thank you, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We'll play Bobby Sox, ding, 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 ding. And I mean, it's cool. Do you want to be? It's a pretty easy chorus to sing along to. Also, do you want to be my girlfriend? Do you want to be my girlfriend?
That's my problem. Is it's just boring.
Yeah, it's just a weird one to close on after the entirety of American Idiot. I thought,
if you end on What's Your Name and don't even come back out on stage, I'll take it. I know you have to come back and do
Time of Your Life.
Good Riddance.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think I'll take more Green Day any way I can get it. So I was fine with it. But I would have done Corvette Summer, or like you could squeeze two other classics.
I'm not done with you yet. We got one more.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go now.
Are you supposed to go higher?
Here we go now. Or I was thinking even you can't do the full, but they have so many classics that they could just one song put in there. I'm not done with you yet. King for a day.
I was just thinking, like, Warning is such a sort of
Good album.
acoustic heavy album too.
Yeah.
That any of those can you can come out, do that, and then you're set up to do Good Riddance. But you come out, even like a Church on Sunday or something, like one they don't play as much.
Sure. They're not doing that on the Saviors tour.
I know, but I guess I just want to see the Warning tour.
Yeah.
What's on this bad boy? Coma City.
I would love
What's
to
her
see
name?
that.
And then they come out with that because that's kind of.
Dun, 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 dun. That'd be cool. Coma City. Coma
I
City.
hope someone sends this to them and get just this little clip of us going.
Dum, 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 dum. I would do basically any other song other than Bobby Sox.
Father to a son.
Father to a son. Okay. Or that one. Or whatever the last song is called. Fancy Sauce or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Even
even on 21st Century, you have...
Castaway. Do Castaway or something.
They're not doing Castaway. They're not. Or even like Revolution Radio or something.
Right.
One of the bigger, like a
I guess
bigger
it's
song.
the encore. You're right.
It's the encore. You come out,
I'm
you
an
do...
asshole. They didn't do anything off Father of All.
No.
Wow. I'm not surprised.
Well, they didn't do anything from Revolution.
You know
from
what I want to hear?
Nimrod.
Do Jar.
Yeah.
JAR, excuse me.
Yeah. I mean, there's just...
Whatever. They didn't. That's the point. Then they do Good Riddance, or he does, right?
He does, and the boys come out, Trey with his bucket of drumsticks that he can throw, and I always worry about that.
Yeah.
He just throws them out there. So, yeah. That little girl, she's dead
No
now.
more.
No, they're cute. They stand by him as he finishes, and everyone cheers. Great show. Great show. One of the best. They still got it. They're in their 50s now. Mike is jumping around. He's an insane person. And for all of the Dookie stuff, he's in a convict,
I saw
like a prison jumpsuit. It's just funny. He looks insane.
Mm-hmm.
He's just running around like doing spins and shit. Billy, he's one of our great showmen, as far as I'm concerned.
Turn off the lights.
Anything you tell me to sing, sir, I will sing it. Ayo.
Ayo.
Come on. Ew.
Ew.
Just great stuff. He's running around. They look good.
Did they charge you tax on the merch?
No.
Okay, interesting.
I don't think.
I don't want this to become about me. They charged me tax on merch. Not
What?
Green Day, but the last show I went to
Oh.
in Chicago.
Oh.
It was like $8 of tax.
Really?
I got like a thing for 35, a thing for 30. So I was like, all right, $65. It was like 77. I was like, you can charge tax on merch? I think that might be a Chicago thing.
Yeah.
Sucked. Just wondering, what are they charging for shirts these days? 35, 40?
45.
45.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
45 for a tee. A tee.
Yeah.
Comfort colors, though.
Yeah.
So that'll last. But it's hard because all these bands, there are certain aesthetics I just don't really like.
Mm-hmm.
And Green Day's stuff typically doesn't look cool to me.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
But they had one that I liked, so I said I'll get that.
I liked the look of the they did the Green Day 30th anniversary Dookie shirt. It was like black. It just kind of said Green Day on the back. It said Dookie 30th with the dates.
They
I
have
kind of like that.
they have because then I was looking on their website because we had we're just sitting there listening to music I don't necessarily care for.
Mhm.
So I pull up their website.
Tonight.
Hey, the Pumpkins, whatever. He just kind of stands there, but they sound good. I don't know. I just don't. I've never really given them.
I just thought it was an odd
They're not
opener for them.
Yeah, it's an
Like, aren't they? Shouldn't they be doing their own headlining stuff that's not tied to another band that has no? There doesn't seem to be much crossover.
No,
I don't know.
it's an odd pairing, to be sure.
Quite.
But there's some of the shirts and stuff on their website are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wish that was here.
I don't know why they do that.
I don't know. Well, usually the stuff there is cooler,
Mhm.
so you're like, oh, I really want that because it's
And it's only
exclusive.
here.
Yeah. But then I'm looking at the website, I'm like, God, do I want to spend $45 on this or $30 on the shirt
That
on
I
the
like.
website that's cool? But they had a couple cool ones, so I grabbed one. I wanted that patch, but they were out. Anyway, great show, fun time. You got to see Green Day, Joey.
Full stars. Well, I have a couple times.
You have to. If you can ever find a time, you should.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. In fact, I have. But what was my last question for you? Oh, God. Oh, well, okay, so you loved it. Great. Great stuff. If they're still on the road and you can make it to the show, it sounds like you got to go. I think, so they've also announced the 20th anniversary box set of American Idiot.
Yeah.
It's got like, what is it, 4 different LPs, or is it like 8? Is it like 2 per? Is it like,
I think
it's like 2 LPs per piece?
I think so. And then there's the even more specialer edition with 2 Blu-rays.
Comes with Bullet in the Bible,
Yeah.
which I already have, so I feel like there's some problems there.
Well, and I
Can't
think
double dip too much.
they have the Heart Like a Hand Grenade making of the album
That's what I want.
documentary. And I think it said there was another one that's
Another
like
one.
more behind the scenes stuff that you haven't seen before. I said, I got to get all this stuff. I got to get all of it.
Green Day American Idiot 20th Anniversary Deluxe Edition.
Why'd
We'll
you
see
say
this
that to
one.
me? But
I was talking to my crotch.
since I've been in a Green Day mode,
Mike Roch. Well, so you've got it also has the exclusive poster. It's got the
Yeah,
tie.
yeah.
We'll get into it if we talk about it. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's fine.
But yes, there is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 LPs,
Yeah.
2 Blu-rays, all the extra junk.
Yeah.
So we may be covering that.
I think we have to just before the year is up
Yeah.
for the anniversary. Get our. Well, because it's not a party; it's a celebration.
Okay. Well, that's been our review of Green Day's The Saviors Tour. Love that they played some of the new stuff. Love that they played some of the old stuff. It's great to hear that they're just out there absolutely rocking in America. And if you've got any questions or comments, first of all, rate and review, but mainly just leave some comments if you're on YouTube or whatever, or go to our Instagram, and talk about the show with us. Did you like it? What didn't you like? Did a guy behind you talk about stocks and bonds? We'll talk to you next time. We're earbuds. Throw up those inverted butt cheeks. Take care now.
Bye then.
Each week we listen to an album, here's our mind. Just know it's gonna take about 3 hours of your time to hear us complain or praise each other's taste. But no matter what, at the end of the day, we're just best friends who love different music. We